Welcome to Inside the Market. My name is David Jacobson, and I am here today with Jim Barry.
Hello.
How you doing? And we had a little bit of a laugh before we started here, so we're going to take a second to shake that loose. But anyway, we wanted to welcome everyone. I think we were actually a couple of days late here because of a couple of things. I had a second COVID shot, and I got really sick. I said, I'm not going to get sick, and I had a day that I couldn't even get out of bed. But we're back, and we're ready to go, and there's a lot to talk about. The market has been absolutely insane, and we can't even keep up with it, but we're going to do the best we can. But before we get into the cars, we want to just make sure that you know to check out This Is My Car. You can go to thisismycar.com or go right to our YouTube channel where you can check out. We're on episode 5. Really cool cars. It's our first time. Forgive us for some of the things we're fixing as the episodes go on. But the cars are really cool. And this week we have a Gunther, the Brooklyn build, which is a really, really, really cool car.
I like that car.
Certain cars, no matter how much you get excited when they show up, they're you're still just seeing it in person is it gets you so excited, and that was one of those cars. And then also we have there was something else I had to mention. It was This Is My Car, and there was something else. I forgot what it was. But we also went to Amelia Island, and those of you that we met there, it was really a cool day. Jim wasn't there. Everyone was asking for Jim. And Brad and I were there. We met some really great people that said some really kind words about us. The ones that didn't have kind words, I'm glad they didn't show up. But but thank you all. It was really a pleasure to meet a lot of you at the Works Reunion in Amelia Island. We'll see you again in Monterey. We'll be at the Works Reunion there, as well as a couple of other events in Monterey as well. So we're really excited about that. So let's get right into it. There was something else I had to mention, but I'm sure along the way here I will remember. The market's been crazy, Jim.
Yeah, a little irrational, to say the least.
Irrational. Yeah. We've been doing this a long time, and there's really sometime a method or something happens. Right. The economy is booming, but this is really this is like almost a perfect storm. I've never seen anything like this before. I guess people have money. The cars are also on their way up as far as people want to be in hard assets instead of cash. This is not a financial segment, but there's a lot of things going on that are creating a situation where people want to be in items, in tangible
goods,
tangible goods, and automotive, based on its history of being a pretty decent investment, is at the forefront of this. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with a car that really is a perfect example of what we're talking about now.
Yeah.
And this is take a look at this. This is a 9,000-mile 2004 GT3. Yes, it's white. Yes, it's really cool. The 996 GT3, for those of you that don't know, the first GT3 produced by Porsche and brought into the U.S. This is a 2004. The car is coveted for its visceral driving experience. No nannies, just a very, very fun car to drive. They've been what I consider to be undervalued for a long time.
Yeah.
And they kind of got into their stride about a year and a half ago. We had a bunch of them that went through us. But what do you think about this car? And boy, the numbers were. I think it was a world record.
It was a staggering number, but it's funny that we were so surprised because for years we always knew this was an underrated car, and it's my favorite GT3. I know it's on your list too. I don't know if it's your favorite, but I know you really like it. But this is one of those things where now I think people are going to start getting a little wacky. This is definitely helping the 996 GT3 market, no doubt. But make no mistake, there's a lot of reasons why this happened. Right? This was a very special car, color, mileage options. And there were just two people that really had to have this car, so it's good for the GT3 market in the 996, segment for sure. But this doesn't mean now that everybody that has one of these, their car's worth $200,000 either, so we have to watch carefully, see what the next few go for and how they compare to this one, and it'll give us a good gauge.
Yeah, this car is just phenomenal. It's crisp, beautiful. White is a pretty rare color, ironically, on this car.
On this car, yeah.
Yeah, normally it's usually it's a car that would produce less of a value because of its being white. But this car, take a look at these photos. Just really, that blue deviated stitching is absolutely absolutely beautiful in this car, and the presentation is perfect. The seller is one of the best, and the car, you could not get better photos. So he took a beautiful car, great photos, great presentation. A little hiccup early on in the auction with some people making comments, but you know how it goes. But the car
still came out on top.
and the car did its thing, and the owner did his thing, and
Well, you know what that is? That's a testament. People always say, "Oh, the comments can ruin my sale." He handled it the right way,
yeah.
and the car did a record.
Yeah, and if you look at if you guys want to go back and look at the history of the bidding here, the car got up to $193,000, so all in $198,000, $2,000 shy of $200,000 for a GT3.
Add the shipping in, and
a
it's
996 GT3. But you know, here's the bottom line: look at the comments of the buyer after he won it. He could not be more excited. He got a beautiful car. This probably is going to be worth more than he paid for it by the time he sells it. Needless to say, great car. Great presentation. Congratulations to the seller and the buyer. And boy, oh boy, what an exciting auction that was on Pcarmarket. So next we're going to go over to maybe an equally exciting, I don't know.
Yeah.
We're kind of hitting a lot of the exciting auctions right now. This is a 911R 2011 R.
16.
I'm sorry. 2011 GTS 4.0 is always on my brain when I see these. It's a 2016 911R. 991 produced, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
991 produced. The single mass flywheel was an option on this car, which was taken by most, which
And
really
this had it.
And this one had it, which is kind of one of the beautiful things about this car is that uneven and idling and acceleration and vibration and visceral experience that gives you. It's a very, very special car. It will be for many years to come. Harkens back to the 911R from the 60s. The stripes, although I did find out from someone who's very knowledgeable, I think it was Bruce, when I saw Bruce Cannibal, who I saw at Amelia, he said that the 911R, the stripes were only on one of them.
Really?
He said to me that was only on one of them, and how am I going to argue with him? You know, I mean, he knows more than I do. So the stripe is from that car, and
Yeah.
it is. But from what I understand, most of them didn't have, all of them except one didn't have the stripe.
Well, it's amazing how when the factory puts on a stripe, I love it. But if you put it on, like as a consumer, I can't stand it.
I know.
Yeah, if you just took a white 991 and put that same stripe on it, I don't know why. I could just tell it doesn't belong
When
there.
the factory does it,
when the factory does it, it's amazing.
Yeah, except when the factory does this, it's not amazing. I don't really like the red wheels on this car. However, here's the good news: the car is you could change the wheels,
right,
and you can always put them away, which you probably want to do anyway. And when you sell it, you can have the wheels that are on it and the original wheels, which is cool. A lot of people, you said this, Jim, when this car was selling, I was like, damn, these wheels, I don't know. And you're like, you know what? Someone who has a GT3 with this color combo in their garage is going to love this. Yeah. So you're right. There's an
or 73 RS like this. I mean, we know somebody with a white one with the red wheels. So it's iconic. But I agree. I would take them off for two reasons. They're factory painted, so now there's no risk of me scratching it.
Yeah.
And I'd put the black wheels or the gunmetal on this, or even just the silver.
Yes, and you know what? The more you look at this car, the more the red wheels do not bother you. I would prefer without, but so what? Wheels could be changed, and some people love this. Yeah. But look at that. It definitely is a standout. Another thing about this car, which was to me odd but interesting, and you know how it goes as time goes on, the quirkiness has values. Look at the deviated stitching on the brown, that red deviated stitching. Again, I wouldn't build a car like that, but so what? The hell do I know? So I want to get the interior here so you can see. But it is cool, even with these red insert design elements in the inside, red seatbelts. Awesome seats, we know that. These are great with the Pepita, the houndstooth inserts here. Very, very nice. Anyway, what was really cool for this guy is the car got up to $478,000. So all in, he's like over 482. I guess 482. I guess that's all the money right now for an R. It's right where it should be.
Yeah, well, it's interesting, right? Because when these came out, they shot up to this level, right? They were $400,000 or $500,000, and that ended very, very quickly. And then they kind of dried up, and you'd see them sitting out there for like $350,000, and they weren't really selling. And we sold one, I think, for $310,000 or $315,000. We no-sailed one at $325,000 that had delivery miles on it, just not even a year ago.
Yeah.
And now apparently they're back, because of what's going on in the world. So is it temporary? Is it permanent? who knows?
Well, here's the thing. These things will never be difficult to sell. They will always
No.
have a very special place. When they dip, they dip. These cars are going to find their air, which what I mean by that is they're going to find their bottom at a very high number,
Yeah.
and they're going to stay there. Like the 4.0.
Well, remember, what happened was the Touring, which is almost the same car, is what I think pulled these down. You know, why would you spend $500 on this when a Touring was $170? But now that we had so many Tourings sell in the twos.
Yep.
It added money back to this car because it's more limited than the Touring. And the Tourings are on fire right now. I mean, we just sold one for like $246,000. We have another one coming up this week in GT Silver, beautiful car.
Well, that's your answer.
So yeah,
there's your answer. You're very right. And as common sense as that makes, people forget the Touring. Some people say, "Why ever have this car if you have a Touring?" Really, but.
Unless you're a real collector, I mean, that's more. This is more of a collection piece.
No, 100%. And with the single mass flywheel, there's a different driving characteristics. Yeah. It's a different car. We happen to have both of them and driven them many times, and there's a very, very different. And
I love the radio delete. You know, when you get this one, I don't think has it, but that makes it very cool.
Yeah, a lot of people. Didn't I don't know if anybody. We have a 911R that has the radio delete, so it has that whole PCM
it's a place to put your iPhone.
It's a place to put your iPhone, but it also is such a throwback. There's like nothing there. It's
so cool.
Oh my God, I love that. But you know, we have a good friend here, Mike Breen. Mike, congratulations on your move to Arizona. We wish you the best. We're gonna miss you. And Mike was here yesterday. He came to say goodbye when he's to head out, and we were talking about that. He goes, "Don't forget, I'm the one who told you."
He is. I was there.
I
was there when we ordered it.
He said to me, "You may want to take the radio out," and but I didn't argue with it. I actually agreed. I think at the end of the day that's going to make that car even more special and really what it was made for. I mean, who the heck needs a radio in that car?
Well, it's not only that. Believe it or not, the car's 5 years old already, right? Another couple of years, everything in that screen is outdated. It's like driving 05 997. You know what I mean? With that stupid CD-ROM navigation system, the thing freezes, the screens get pixelated. So it's one less. Not that you're worried about spending $1,000 on a screen when you're spending this much on a car, but it's just nice. You don't have to worry about that.
I know that you do that a lot. You always say that the more technology, the more stuff there is, the more there's to break as the car gets older.
100%.
Which is true. Yeah. Which is true. But I am not like that. I would not have something because it may break in the future. But I did it for a different reason.
I know. Yeah, that's not the reason you don't do it.
When you sit in this car and there's nothing there, there's no screen, and it's just a.
It shows you're in a special 991. You're in a special car.
It's such a cool. It's weird.
Yeah. When you have this car, everywhere I stand, I want to know it's different than a regular 991. Yeah. So that's a very good way to differentiate it.
And the fact that Porsche made that made that as an option to delete that, I think was freaking a cool move.
Yep.
And
much better than deleting air conditioning. That's a stupid delete.
Yeah.
I don't care how much time you save on the lap.
The AC.
You can never sell me on deleting air conditioning.
Oh no, man, we need AC. Especially, I mean, it was 90 degrees here the other day. I couldn't even drive my daily driver because that electric air conditioning that Rich told me is going to work great doesn't work. So that's a whole nother story. But we are going to move on.
To the next, yes.
We're going to move on here. That's a very school subject, that air conditioning.
Yeah.
Anyway, here we go. 2011 997.2 Turbo S, 1,600 miles. This car went through the moon because, again...
Look at it.
Yeah. You have anything? 1,600 miles, ruby red, special spec, monochromatic wheels, a brave Cocoa interior. I give this guy a lot of credit. Let's take a quick look of look at that. I mean, just making these bold moves at ordering time. I mean, these are dark photos, but look at that. What a cool interior with that wood, right, Jim?
Yeah, I think it's called Macassar wood. Yeah.
Yeah. This. Can you guys see this?
I love this.
I can't
car.
get close here, can I? It's just I hope there's a closer. Is that wood?
Yeah, the wood's like almost monochromatic with the interior.
That's the whole. Really nice. What a beautiful, beautiful car. I mean, when you spec something like this, you take the time to do it. You keep low mileage. You really you love your car and take care of it, and you're rewarded. This car did 170,000. So 175,000 all in, which was a fantastic number for a PDK 997.2.
And also keep in mind the car's brand new with 1,000 miles on it. That if the car was not this color, it still would have probably done a very, very good number. But this is for someone that wants something very obscure. I mean, listen, you go to any kind of Porsche event with this car, people are going to really appreciate it because it's so special.
Yeah, I call them frontline cars. Like when you go to a car show,
Yeah.
you know, like when the reason I say that is when we have our events, when a car's driving down the road, I already have in my mind where I want that car. I want that car front and center. I want everyone to see it, or we could put it back there because people are going to see it and it's beautiful. And then we have another one, you know, different tiers.
Yeah.
To me, when this car pulls up, it's like, okay, make a spot in the front. You know, it's a 997.2. It's not like this. Right?
It's not like a super rare car.
Yeah. But this is how you could make a super beautiful rare car out of a common Baruchki. You know what I mean? Did I say Baruchki?
Yeah, that's fine. People can Google it.
You Google it. Okay, so let's go on to the next one here. All right, this car just ended yesterday. The reason we're putting this in is because I wasn't going to put this car in, but I did because a lot of people are still confused about the market, about the hot rod market, backdates and so forth. This one's by Brew Motors. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, but a good guy. What's his name? His name Jobby.
Fabi.
Oh, Fabi. I'm sorry.
You're wrong. You got it rhymed.
I can think of Bobby. Fabi. Okay, it's Jobby.
Yeah.
Fabi was a great seller, really good guy. We this is the first time we're doing business with him, and he presented his car beautiful with nice photos,
nice video.
Nice video. As a matter of fact, I looked at this car, and I said, you know what? There's nothing wrong with an SC backdate. You know, they're wonderful automobiles, but there's something taking a 964 and starting with that.
Yeah.
And when you do that, you have just more options in the interior and the air conditioning and the features and so forth. And the way the car sits and the wheels and the color combination. Look at that car. This car looks very special.
Yeah.
So this is why, for those of you that are watching this, is when you look at a hot rod that does 130 grand, you see one that does 150 grand. And
it's confusing.
And then you see one that does, we talked about this before, that when a car does mid twos, you know, this market is not super strong right now because I think people are really confused. But this car landed really where it should have, you know, because it's a special. You could see how special this car is. You could see the time and the money and the effort put in to bring this to a certain level, which eclipses all those backdates that you see out there.
Yeah, and also too, you had to go through a certain time period for those people who thought they were going to do like what Singer was doing, to come out, do it, see it really can't be done, and now they're kind of like going away.
That's a very good point.
Yeah, so if you think about it, but you know, it is confusing with these cars, and I'll just keep saying the same thing I say over and over again. It's an art piece. It's subjective. There's no way to put a firm value on it, but the reason this car brought a number in the twos is the 3.6, the fact that it was a 964 donor car, and then obviously he really trimmed it nice. You know what I mean? So if he did everything a level down on the interior and stuff like that, it probably would have done a little less money, but it still would have brought good money because it's a 3.6 and it's a 964.
I was, from the moment that I laid eyes on this car, you know, I stink at a lot of things, but when I like a car,
it does well. Yeah.
It usually does well because I guess I'm just a regular, you know, like everyone else. It just appeals to my mind and my heart and my soul. And when I saw this car, I just really, really dug it. Let's take a look at this. Volume up. But great execution, and I think where this car sold was nailed it. It's 266,000 all in, and I think everyone did well here. I really do. Look at that. Yeah, the car sounded good. It looked good. It really, the walk around video was nice. We look at the paint and the execute. Great job. I have to tell you, and I know everyone hears me say this a lot, and I promise you, I'm not. It comes from somewhat of knowledge, but also from another place where I get excited for the buyer.
Yeah.
You know that this car really is. The price where it's sold for is a great value. It really is. We know what it takes to make these cars.
Yeah, and not only that, the guy has no weight now.
Well, he has no.
Regardless of what it costs to build it, it's like it takes 2-3 years to build.
Where are you going to find a car like this for $266,000 with a 3.6 motor, execution put together like this? Look at this car. I think this was a great value. again, we know what it costs to build these, and for those of you that know the cost of building these, this is a great value for the buyer, and the seller can walk away from this feeling okay.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And that's a win-win. So that's the real deal here. This is a great auction. Congratulations to everyone involved. Next, we have over here.
Yeah, lower that thing because that video's still playing.
Oh, the video's still playing. Sorry. Next car here is one that we've been selling a lot of these. All of a sudden, they're coming out of the woodworks because the values are up and they're nice. We've been really fortunate to have a number of high quality cars.
Yeah, we've had a good variety. We've had a few drivers. We had a few. This one's more of a. This is a really nice one in my opinion. This is a nice car.
Why?
The mileage, the color combo. It doesn't look like there's really any apologies. Because when you start looking real close at 993s, you could see some wear. We all know the seats don't wear well on them and stuff like that.
That's a disaster.
And this car looks like you could just, put it in a collection, but it also has enough miles you could drive it. But it's nice. Look at it. I am not a God's red guy. I like it on a 993.
However, let me finish on my statement. In the 993, it just looks really, really nice.
And the tan takes it to another level.
The tan, yeah. The interior could change a car. We know that. We've said that 100 times probably per week. But even look at this. Look at the back lights, the red with the red, that look. Because the red actually matches the lens color almost exactly. You look at that?
Yeah.
The fact that it almost has like a beautiful monochromatic. It looks more modern and sexy looking with that. I really dig that. Really dig this car as well. And you're right, the interior, obviously the rims, the turbo twists, very nice.
Yeah, it's a nice car.
Very nice car. Okay, so bottom line, this car does 152,000 all in.
Yeah, so this is the new standard, right? We had a few of these in the 130s a few weeks back. We talked about them. They had, just black cars. Most of them had a little more mileage than this. So this brought the premium for the color, the mileage, and obviously the condition, and a great seller.
Yeah. Yep. Nice presentation. Good seller. Needs to learn how to work the video camera, but other than that, okay. Next,
he's not a professional. He's
we like that. We like that. I'm joking. I mean, that's the whole thing. This is pure stuff, not pageantry. So over here we have. Let's go on to this next car. We're going to move a little quicker over here. 79.
No, 87.
I'm sorry. Where am I going here? 87 turbo.
Yeah. Nice seller.
I'm a silver nut. You know that.
Yep.
I love this car. This car did a fair number, 108,000 all in. I think it was a good buy, but also it's a number that the seller could be pleased with. Silver with a black interior.
Yeah, it's a real number. It's not a far-fetched.
No.
I think everyone was treated fair here.
Yeah, and we were saying, aftermarket wheels, nice looking, 14-year ownership. Had a resale in 2017.
Right.
Driver collector quality car. I think again that this number was kind of a fair number. If it did $5,000 more,
factor in if someone was going to put this in a collection, which it may go. To source those wheels with the correct part numbers on them and stuff. We're going through that with a client right now. That could cost you $7,000 to $10,000. So add that to the price of the car, and then with the proper Fuchs on it, being in the mid 110s to 120.
Yeah, you're right.
That's it.
You know what, Jim? You're right.
Yeah.
By the time you buy wheels and put them on there and maybe sort a few things out, you're in this car for decent money, and the new wheels need to be changed.
Yeah.
In my opinion. But look at the car, very clean. The black is,
these cars look nice and silver.
Rubber,
all the black rubber and the black accents. It's nice.
Yes, that's why I love silver. But these wheels, they need to be changed. Again, they're not bad-looking wheels, but they don't work on this car for me. They work on more of a 964 body, right?
Yeah. I'm just not a big aftermarket wheel guy.
Yeah, especially when they look aftermarket. Mm-hmm. Some wheels don't. Listen, we battle about that. I love when you get like a more modern car, the HRE wheels, when they...
Yeah, the right wheels. But it's amazing. When there's a $10,000, $15,000 set of wheels on a car, I don't mind it. You know what I mean? When they're real good wheels. Like Fixies or HREs, like you said, or nice BBS.
You get what you pay for, know.
Even Tech Art on some of the newer cars, we like the Tech Art wheels.
Yeah. There's some manufacturers that do wheels better than others. Anyway, so that's that. 108,000 all in. Beautiful 87 turbo. Then we're going to go right to this. This is a car. Is this
Wow.
This ended, right? Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, this is 15,000 miles. So this is an 84, which was the U.S. didn't sell a turbo in 84, right? This was
so it's
ROW.
an ROW and
ROW, rest of the world, 84. Again, guards red. You'll see many of those, but you won't see a 15,000 mile 84.
and the interior was to swatch, I believe, like a interior to sample.
Yeah, look at, wow. Ooh, what is that, like a cinnamony? Yeah. What is that? Wow.
I don't know what you could look at the description.
What does it say there? Got it? Did I read?
It just says leather to sample.
Guards red. So yeah, this is really
special car. It's a special car.
Well, with a tan leather to sample, number 9. Yeah, so
but that's a true time capsule. Look at that thing. Spectacular.
All right, so here you go. Here's, wow. Sorry. Getting excited about this car. I remember seeing it. I remember when it sold, but I don't think I looked at the pictures.
That's why you got to click on every auction, right? Because on the surface, it's like, okay, it's another red 930, and then you look really, really carefully at it.
Great advice, man. Wow. Dig in when you see a car. Dig in because somebody has this in their place now. Mm-hmm. Look at this car.
The guy who bought it called me, and he said it's unbelievable.
It was as nice.
Yeah, he's been buying a lot of stuff, and he wants to come here and meet us, but he left this in Florida.
He doesn't want to meet us.
We're not going to get to see
Once
this.
you meet us, then all the mystique and magic goes away.
He's coming.
It's behind the curtain.
I can't leave him standing outside. I'm going to let him in.
All right, we'll let him in. But I'm kidding. We look forward. We love when people come visit us. So what else can I say about this car? Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous automobile. Fantastically represented. Great owner, great seller. Car did $155,000 all in, which I believe, again, listen, the public speaks.
Yeah.
The public speaks.
Yeah.
When you have, how many views did this car get?
You got to go down for that.
Go down? It got, well, that's a lot of video.
Yeah.
Talk about a presentation. Holy galooch.
Just about 10,000.
10,000 times.
Yeah, 9,000.
9,000 times, saved 115 times. That's what I'm saying. These cars, when they get to their numbers, they get to a number that has been vetted and looked at.
Yeah, and it goes to show people, when people list these cars, I find people get stuck on a number very often. And really, it's just about a range. You're dealing with a 30, 40-year-old car, even a 20-year-old car. They're mid-ones. This car on any day of the week, it could have done 140, could have done 170.
No, you're right.
Could have done
you're
160.
right.
What's the difference? It's just
sell it
there,
and you move on.
That's right.
That's it. You're right.
Don't sell it for 100. You know what I mean? Yeah. And if you're trying to get 200, you're going to be waiting a long, long time. So that's what it comes down to.
These cars could go off a cliff in 3 months from now, and the values, that's why you got to take what you can.
At this price, it's a lot of car, and I've made that reference, in a few of the episodes where, in relation to the new ones, these are becoming a bargain because for a while, air-cooled cars were more expensive than walking into a showroom buying a new 911.
Yeah.
But for a basic Carrera S, you're paying 140, 150 now. It's not even a turbo, it's not a GTS, so. This is a lot of car when you look at what you have to pay for a new 911 right now. And a new turbo, you're pushing almost 300 with the premiums people are getting on them right now. So great value on these.
No doubt. I agree. And good news is that's the last one of those of the previous auctions. We're going to go real quickly into what's on there now. By the time you see this, well, unless you don't see it after we post it for 3 days, but if you get this video, share it. Share it now. Because anyone that sees this video while it goes up for the next 24, 48 hours are going to see the cars that we're previewing actually before they end. Right. So let's take a quick look at those. First is, one did end, but we want to share this anyway. This Specster car that's out of Canada by Wing Ho. You guys, this was we had no idea where this was going to wind up, but this car was very, very, very special in the sense that it was designed way back, and many call it, that it was an inspiration for the Speedster, the inspiration for the Boxster. Where is it? It was in Motor Trend magazine back in June of 1988, and this is a timepiece that I think is going to wind up in a very, very important collection. It's not a ton of money, and one day it may be, but this should wind up somewhere special. It did not sell, and it got up to 140 $45,000.
Yeah.
It has a buy now of $269. He's going to accept some offers, though.
Yeah, he's going to accept some offers, and I'll say the same thing I said to him to the viewers. It's an art piece, and for people who are like have an engineering background, who have an automotive background, who just can really appreciate what went into this, because a lot went into this. You're talking about some passionate people here, father and son, engineers, Porsche enthusiasts. This was like their life's work here.
Yeah.
And they have some other cool cars that are going to be brought to auction. This is more of a museum piece, for someone who's into the history and what it takes to engineer a car. The next car he's putting up is going to be a car that has those characteristics, but man, it looks like a hell of a driver's car.
Yeah.
And that's coming on this week.
This definitely belongs in a museum.
Yeah.
Let me get this back. How do you do this? All right. So, so this is in Deal Tank right now. It comes with a little model, I guess.
Yep. Go look at it.
Very special. Go look at it and get this before it goes, because, and wherever you are, we'll visit, because I would love to see this in a museum.
Yeah, if Canada wasn't on a lockdown, we were going to go see this.
Absolutely.
Or he was going to bring it here.
Yeah. Stay tuned for some other offerings by the Wing Ho collection and creator. So that's that. Now we have over here, ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you a 1992 Singer. Okay,
first Singer.
The first Singer that I haven't seen one of these offered. I think maybe RM had one.
No, say our first.
Well, our first. Everyone has a first Singer. Yeah. And this is not a backup Singer. We have a lot of backup Singers, but this is the actual.
This is the real deal.
This is the real deal. 1992 Porsche 911. Look at this. This is it Gulf Blue?
I believe it is.
It's a Gulf Blue. Gulf Blue over orange suede. Wow. Listen, if you're looking for a Singer and you don't want to wait 5 years for yours, I think now they shut down ordering, from what I understand. Yep. Please don't hold me to that, but I keep hearing that. And you have to wait 3 years plus to get an order, and then to build it, you may not wind up with the car for 4.5 years.
That's true. And usually, because if you're going to go after a car that has a long waiting list and you're going to get one earlier, you have to make a sacrifice on color. But Gulf Blue is no sacrifice.
You don't have to sacrifice. Listen, it's like
this is probably people's number one choice in a lot of
and they won't
cases.
do it again, from what I understand. They're not going to build another one. I don't know if they do that. Like, if you want this one, you understand what this is. Yeah. If you want this, you can have it now. Mm-hmm. You can have a color that probably you'll never see again, because it was built. And it was built for Puerto Rico. It's a Puerto Rico
commission.
But let's just let the pictures speak for themselves a little bit here. I don't want to go through 400 pictures, but I do want you to see a lot of the beauty. Look at this.
And that's all Alcantara on the seats there, which is really. And I believe I read in the article it comes with an extra set of seats.
Extra set of seats. There was two, and was it wheels too? Another set of wheels or something. You look at the listing, but boy, look at that. Oh, can I tell you? I was saying before that we have the Gunther show on This Is My Car. Go to thisismycar.com and watch that show, because you'll see the Gunther versus the Singer, and they both have incredible characteristics and offerings that to me are very different. Yeah,
and that Gunther, it was hard to come into a segment and do what they did, because they set the bar high, but that car is built to a high level. I looked that car over really carefully.
Oh, my goodness.
That car is stunning.
Yeah.
And I love the special lights that they, the rear light on that car is like an art piece. They should get an award for that.
Yeah, I'm gonna put a clip of that up. In fact, you know what? Maybe I'll do it right here, John. I'll show a little clip of This Is My Car with the Gunther episode. Okay, let's take a quick look.
I'm a little bit speechless. I really am. This car feels like a race car for the street. You can feel how fun that this car is.
So that was the Gunther, and perfect, really perfect to pop that in there while we're looking at the Singer that's on Pcarmarket right now. Look at that. I could look at this car all day.
Yeah.
I could look at this car all day, because the more you look at it, the more you're going to see these beautiful little, look at this, all this detail. Incredible. Look at this. Just look at the way they think about everything. I know they don't need my approval, but what a job, guys. What a job. Got to flip some of these photos. I mean, look, everything means something in the design. Anyway, I could stay on here all day, but we'll move on.
Yeah.
This is on Pcarmarket.com. You can bid on it, and you can have this car in your driveway. That's pretty exciting.
Well, hopefully a garage, but yeah.
Yeah, well, man, you should have this car.
Yeah.
You have a garage?
I do.
I could see you in this car.
It's my color.
That's what I'm saying, man. Let's do it. Okay, here you go. So here is...
Love that.
Yeah, I know.
I love it.
Isn't it amazing?
I think I said it in the last time we had one of these, that when this color was new, I hated it. I liked the
So
speed.
funny,
Speed yellow
yeah.
was $4,000 option. And this was like, if you didn't want to spring for the extra price, you bought the basic yellow. And now I love this yellow. It's amazing how time...
Now, isn't this
Will change your mind.
Isn't this the same color of the
the pastel.
the pastel one
pastel,
we
yeah.
sold for
Zymol.
The
Right.
Zymol, the
Right.
owner of Zymol?
Yep.
And that car, from what I'm remembering, that car set almost a world record.
Yeah,
for
that's
it
what
now.
kind of started this whole thing. You know what I mean? We thought that car sold because of the nostalgia. You know what I mean?
Probably helped, but
Yeah.
but this is
If you notice, this one they painted the grill, which I didn't.
This here?
I didn't look on the description to see if that was factory, but if it was, that would be a special wishes
Yeah.
thing because they didn't come like that.
Yeah, that's neat. Yeah, very nice. And you know what? There's no bad color for this car, but
that's cool.
The pastel yellow is a really nice color. Look at the interior. Wow,
Yeah.
with the gauges. You got to read through this. I didn't really read through this one yet. I'm sorry for those of you that are going to send me messages. How dare you talk about this and not read through it? I
We're
apologize.
authentic.
Yeah, I'm doing it on the fly here. We actually had a show already ready to go. We had to change it this morning, so I threw this car up. But anyway, take a look at it. Beautiful car.
It's an interesting car.
Yeah, it's an interesting
nice.
car. This should do very, very well. Next over here, we're going to go boom, 993 Turbo S.
Yeah.
One of just a handful of these cars. I hear different numbers, if it's 189 of these made or 300.
It's in the 180s.
You know
It's
what
in
I'm
the
saying?
180s.
But yeah, there's a super low production, 183
And this car
for
was
the
with you at
US.
Amelia Island this week. So
This was at
people
our-
who met you saw the car.
Yes, Amelia Island. This car's Amelia Island. You know, other than having a fender replaced from a little damage on the car was done well and is presented
Undetectable, right? It looked good in
undetectable.
person.
Are you
Yeah.
kidding me?
Yeah.
You'd have to.
Well, European Collectibles, I mean, we know they did the work on this car.
yeah, and the car is right now. It's
we've
all
seen
there.
their restorations. They do some amazing stuff.
Yeah, the car's all there. Super, super rare. Again, we talked about the 993s in Guards Red, that very few cars could pull off a Guards Red like these. But look at that car.
And this just shows, all the stuff that's in fashion now. Look what Porsche's doing in the 90s with this interior, with the carbon and all the full leather. You know what I mean? It's amazing how that's like 30 years ago now almost. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, it's
and they
so
were doing
true.
it back then.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful photos. Let me get to that. One thing about these cars, the interiors, they never wear well. When you look at the seats on these cars, if it bothers you, just have it redone.
Yeah, have it redone.
Which is what I would do because it's worth it. And then you're looking at, because this way the interior of the seat is commensurate with the rest of the car.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that these 993, especially these sports seats, the hardback sports seats, these are the ones that wear rough. I've seen ones with 5,000 miles that look like they were used by a bunch of kids and cats.
It's amazing.
In a living room. It's unbelievable. It really is. But gorgeous car. Love those seats. And this is on right now. This is going to end soon, so put your bids in. Really cool 1990 Nissan, 7,000 mile 1990 300ZX twin turbo 5-speed. Again, looks like the same color as that 993.
And the same seller as that 15,000 mile 84 930. He gets special stuff.
Yeah,
You know
they're
what I mean?
both. Yes.
It's almost at this point safe to say if he has the car, it's a nice piece because he gets nice stuff. I mean, look at that with the phone and
Yeah. Well, we.
color. I've never seen that
Yeah.
color on this car.
Wanted to get that phone. You said the phone. Oh
Look at
yeah.
that.
Look at that. This.
I believe
guy-
that was factory option.
Wow. If you're into 300s, this is the one to look at. Are you kidding me? Look at this. Oh my God.
I like this car a lot.
Look at those. How comfortable do those look with the cloth? You know what? You're right. Some buyers, we know a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Every time they are going to put up a car, we know it's going to sell at a fair number, and we're excited about it because we
Yeah.
know there's no stories. It just, you can guarantee it, and there's a bunch of sellers.
That's really the small group of dealers that kind of operate in their own. It's like they buy things if they were buying it for themselves.
Yeah.
That's what this guy is. you know?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I know. Yep.
He doesn't just buy things to flip them. He says, "Oh, I would put that in my collection," and it'll be for sale.
If you are looking for a car like this, you have to look at this. Send it to friends. I'm not a big, I've driven these when they were new, and now I appreciate them more, like we all do.
You got to drive one again. I haven't driven one.
Got to drive them
in a long
again.
time.
But I'm just saying I want this car.
Yeah, I know. It does that to you.
I want this car. I mean, I got to hold myself back, and I'm going to watch it sell and get a little bit upset and happy at the same time. And
whoever bought the yellow NSX, this would look good next to it.
Yeah, yes. Wow. Awesome car, man.
Yeah.
Awesome car. We got to move on here, but that is a beautiful, beautiful 300. Okay, we're coming to the end. 66 Sunbeam Tiger Custom. What's really cool about these cars is people know is the motors. And look at this. First of all, it has like a little bit of a Cobra, a 66 Cobra look. It was right there with the Cobra in the same era, the same years. The motor on this car, I believe, is also, it has a Ford Racing 302 GT40 crate motor. Cool as heck. This is a hot rod that is to be had. If you're into this world, this is a very, very cool car. These are so light. This motor is going to be a rocket ship. You have to know how to drive. You have to know how to drive. First of all, look at this. There's certain cars that are done well and certain cars that you just put a big motor in it and put some paint on it. But this with the knockoff wheels, the side pipes, it sits beautiful, beautiful paintwork. Look at that. With that roll bar. This is a very, very special car and a fun car for those that don't know what it is. They probably enjoy it more than someone that does because of the expectations. But you put this motor and this weight and with the way this car was put together, and you have a 100% of a winner. I can't. I see. This is another one I want in my garage. Look at this. How much fun does that car look like?
Looks like a blast.
Yeah. That throwback. What do they call that again? Diamond? No, it's not diamond plate. It's
beveled aluminum, isn't it?
It's aluminum, yeah. But just a well-constructed car. Look at that. When you get underneath and you start taking these little shots. Anyway, nice, an absolutely beautiful 66 Sunbeam Tiger. It's a 1, and it's a custom, and it's got some beautiful, beautiful features. So take a look at that one. That's on. It's ending in 6 days.
Yeah, it just went live.
And then cool, 1,800 mile 79 Porsche Turbo.
Wow.
1,800 mile 79 Porsche.
If you collect brand new cars that are far from brand new, this is your chance.
Yeah, you're not going to find this every day. And you saw, here you go, sports seats, beautifully preserved, original 3.3 turbo.
That's a blue chip car. There's nothing more to really say about it.
Yeah.
That's a blue chip investment car.
Look at that. Look, can you even feel those seats right now, those sports seats?
I can smell it.
Yeah, you can feel it and you can smell it. Again, it's a blue chip car for someone that's looking for the best of the best. Take a look at the listing. It'll give you all the details. It gets you very excited. And then finally, we have just one of our favorites here, man. I mean,
the hottest thing right now, 997 .2s. Come on.
A 997.2 GTS in GT Silver. Come on.
With Alcantara Delete, my favorite thing. I know some people will disagree with me, but I don't like the Alcantara in these cars.
They wear, well, a little rough the way they wear. They look nice, but this guy knew. And
this has a PDK. It went live last night. It's already at $80,000. But this is a brand new car.
This is very special.
Everyone's going to come out of the woodworks on this. This is just, you're not finding this anywhere.
This is it.
Yeah.
This is really what the modern Porsche crowd is looking for.
Yeah.
The GTS comes with more power. It comes with more options.
And the wide body.
Comes with the wide body, center lock wheels. Just a beautiful, beautiful car to drive.
Yep.
It's a car you can go out to dinner and chill out, but you can also take this thing and beat the you-know-what out of it.
And for those who haven't driven it, because I've said before, the PDK is much better in a 991 than a 997. In this car, the PDK is different.
Why?
I've never factually researched it because it definitely has different gearing and tuning. because it is a different car than a regular C2S with a PDK.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the PTK in a .2 997 to me has been phenomenal.
It is, but this car's a different level.
Really?
Yeah, it's a different level.
I will take
We had that white one here a few years ago. I drove it. I couldn't believe it.
Well, we love the GTSs. I think everyone does for obvious reasons. It's a great, just a wonderful car and very sought after. You have your window sticker. The video, I'm sure, is exciting, but you'll have to check it out because we are out of time.
Yes, we are. The
Way
staff
out of
is lined
time.
up outside
Yeah,
the
we
door.
actually did this early so we could do this before the crew comes in. And thank you so much for watching. Please check out This Is My Car, thisismycar.com, or go to our YouTube channel. Oh, that's what it was. That's what it was. I was going to say at the beginning, and I forgot what I was going to say.
What?
Our YouTube channel has been reorganized where we have playlists.
Oh.
So you can go to Pcarmarket Live on YouTube, which is really cool, and you'll see it broken out. It'll be This Is My Car episodes. It'll be Inside the Market episodes, and then it'll be the interview episodes.
Which is really the way we should be doing it anyway. So, but now it's done. So that's all.
Well,
yeah.
I mean,
It looks good.
You're trying to make it like it's not a big deal. I was so excited about it. I
know.
don't
It is
understand.
exciting. It is
Talk about
exciting.
taking the wind out of my sails. So anyway, if you go to Pcar Market Live, you'll get all of our stuff. The Inside the Market, This Is My Car, and the interviews. Or you can go to thisismycar.com. If you want to just go to This Is My Car, you can see all the episodes and click on it. Anyway, thank you so much. Again, we know you have a million options to use your time watching different episodes, different shows. We really appreciate you spending some time with us here. I know that Jim appreciates this as well. We appreciate you being part of our community. We want to thank you. We've had some massive user growth on our website. It is just an exciting time in the market. It's an exciting time for Pcarmarket. It's an exciting time to see all of you be part of our world. And when we go out to the world, now that COVID is coming to hopefully a complete end, we can actually go and meet you in person, and we're going to continue to do so.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you on the next episode of Inside the Market. And please check us out.
This is my Inside the Market.
Yeah, I'm just all confused.
All right.
It'll figure itself out. Have a great day. Bye.